This na lang, sir.
Thank you very much, and we welcome you also to our celebration of our 45th anniversary. So we have been long in the business. There were ups and downs of the insurance industry. We are affected by changes. But when we start joining CISP, some cooperatives, we were able to make a turnaround. So 5 years ago, at least, it was a consistent movement of all our financial indicators, meaning total assets keeps on growing, equity keeps on growing, revenues keeps on growing, even stability factors like our insurance deposits guarantees keeps on growing also. So we are happy to share that good news, and the fact is that our membership keeps on growing. Before we are only 1,000, 2,000, and I think 2,500 or about that figure. So total strength now in terms of cooperatives. But the total individual members varies from 700 up. So we are pretty sure that this year the 1 million mark or plus can still happen to CISP. The list of financial indicators will be shown to the body in a little while, but all of us are very happy to know that we are doing good for the industry, and that we made it a point that other non-monetary benefits will reach our members, like several social programs we are lining up, and that will be discussed also by the President. And ito yung mga additional benefits by being a member of one CISP, something that you cannot get if you are just uh, patronizing towards our competitors, the private industry. There's a lot of difference. So that is all I can say about how we are going, and I'd like to pass the mic to our President, Roy Biglat. Thank you.
Sir? Okay, Sir Roy.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Nice to see you again. Here are some indicators or financial highlights that we want to share with you. If you look at our assets, comparing it with 2017 and 2018, we grew by about 1 billion pesos, which is in the industry is growing about 16 to 18%. We grew by 62%.
Wow.
That's about 4 times the industry. Okay. So from 1.5 billion pesos to 2.5 billion. And if you look at our liquidity, the cash and cash equivalent short-term investments, that's roughly about 1.4 billion. So it's about 70% of our assets. 65 to 70% is liquid asset. And then that's one of the things that an insurance company or an organization should maintain is liquidity, because that is where you're looked at on the basis of if you can pay your liabilities. Now, if you look at our liabilities, we have about 858 billion compared last year, so it doubled up. Well, it's normal for an organization that grows, but if you have only 858 million liability and you have 1 billion in cash and cash equivalents, so anytime they want to demand payment for these liabilities, we can pay. Sabi nga, may sukli pa. May sukli pa kami. And then, there's also one thing that I would like to point out with you. Our share capital last year is 951 million. Now it's 1.2 billion. Plus our deposit for share capital subscription, which is 287 million. If you add that, that's about 1.5 billion pesos. The insurance commission requires insurance companies to up or increase their share capital or net worth on a yearly basis. For 2019 December, year end, you have to have 950 million net worth or paid up capital. We are done with the requirement for 2019. And by 2022, you should have 1.2 billion. Tapos na rin yung 1.2 billion. So that's how fast CISP is growing. So this is one of the things that we are very proud of. This is also a testament to the trust and confidence of cooperatives in the country. We grew by about 600 billion in terms of paid up capital. And translated it on a monthly basis, that's 50 million additional capital every month. And if you look at it, 50 million contributed on a monthly basis, that's more than 1 million a day if you translate it on a daily basis. So that's trust and confidence for one CISP. Now, did we earn? Did these assets earn what is due? Yes. Last year we have 553 billion pesos as the gross premium that we earned, right? This year we have 2018 we have 780, 779. Our net would be about 746. This one also one of the things that we want. We want to point out. Last year, our interest income or investment income is 15 million. Now it's 38. So if you were here earlier, when Insurance Commissioner Puna was here, he was saying that 2018 was a challenging year because of the inflation, but CISP managed to earn. We were not affected by these challenges, and it shows resiliency for the organization. So 38.8 million in investment or interest income for a total of about 41 billion, including other income. This contributed a lot in terms of our generation of revenues. Now, our surplus or income, net income, is 216 million. But out of this expense, this 247, these are reserves that are being deposited in the Insurance Commission. It's part of your liability. Since if you cannot pay the claims, dito sila kukuha ng pambayad. So technically, it's not really an expense, but it is kept for safekeeping. So we have a 216 million income compared to last year of 160 million. That's a growth of 56 million. Now, that is about 32% growth in terms of income. And overall, our asset grew by 62%. So we are above industry standards. This is how one CISP performs. And as an additional, siguro, this may not be part of your press kit, but this is, sabi ko nga, breaking news. Breaking news to. But it's still insurance business. We were ranked 15 in terms of the Asian Governance Scorecard. Out of the 30 life insurance companies, we are ranked 15. So we are on the top half in terms of governance scorecard. In terms of the whole industry, so 30 plus 56 non-life organizations, that's 86. We are 24. So an insurance cooperative owned by cooperatives or mga pangkaraniwang tao can compete, can stand on their own against multinationals. Alam niyo naman sila kung sino yung nasa top 5. FWD, Pru Life, Bilam Life, Sun Life, Manulife. But nasa number 15 kami. We will strive to be part of top 10. So yun yung bago yan. It's also related sa industry. Every year, all insurance companies are rated based on the Asian Governance Scorecard being held. This is a mandatory scoring by the Insurance Commission. Although the insurance companies compared to banks, medyo malayo pa. Kasi ang bangko, ang kanilang average rating is 80.14. The insurance companies, 56.26. May konti pang hahabulin ng mga insurance companies in terms of governance. No? But ang maganda doon, they are conscious about what needs to be done. So ito yung ating performance. Now, sa cooperative, we don't retain earnings. Pinamimigay yan lahat sa shareholders at the end of the year. Kaya kung makikita niyo yung FS namin sa balance sheet, wala kaming retained earnings. Kasi bawal yun. We have to distribute everything. Now, kung makikita niyo, this is how we distribute our surplus. We don't call it income, we call it surplus. Ang ibig sabihin, sumobra yung bayad nyo, ibabalik namin sa inyo. Kaya it's called surplus. For dividend, we have 12%. I don't think, sabi nga ni Secretary Bacani, Shell gives only 6% dividend. Kapit 12. And then you get experience refund, which is comprised of patronage. If you patronize, may babalik sa'yo. Pag yung experience, ibig sabihin niyan, less your claims, may babalik pa rin sa'yo yung sobra. So, total of 7.19, 12. No? On the average, if you compute it kung dividend ang magiging basis mo sa experience refund and patronage refund, that will be about 4%. So you will get total of about 16% return for the year. Now, I don't know any Philippine company that gives 16% return last year. So that's how good one CISP is, and it's well governed by the board of directors, led by our chair, and it's well managed by the people who are doing the back room and the front business. So we would like also to update you of the initiatives that were approved by the board of directors. Where the COP Kicks, this is a youth-oriented program of one CISP to generate interest of the youth. This is a pitching competition. We had it in Davao, and then the Bangsamoro, and then in Luzon. Visayas would be after May or June. But this will be a continuing project to entice the youth to be part of the cooperative movement. We will support them in terms of their incubation, and then we will invest in their business if need to, no? Kasi baka makakita kami ng Ed Garcia, si Injab ba? No? Sa cooperative, no? Kung sakaling lumaki ng maibenta ng 20 billion yung business nila, kikita rin yung CISP. I mean, that's how we look at it kasi for all we know that Ed Garcia is the youngest billionaire when Jollibee bought Mang Inasal about 7 years ago. And then the COPMART, this will be started in Davao for cooperatives. Siguro naman nakikita niyo yung sulputan ng mga convenience stores. 7-Eleven, Family Mart, everything. Even baka si Aling po rin, magkaroon ka ng dalawang ako kasi meron na sa ngayon, junior. So, bakit naman hindi pwede ang COPMART? Meron kaming ika nga pabrika ng customer, yung members namin. And then, this one is the COOP Leaders Academy. This is developing future leaders of the cooperative. We recognize the generational gap ng mga co-op. No? So we have to empower our young leaders so they can continue what is being done in their respective cooperatives. These are the projects that we are doing to enhance our members, the primary cooperatives. So, like we said, we always campaign that a prosperous Philippines is a cooperative Philippines. And we would like to prove that by one CISP, we can do that in our respective communities, in our respective cooperatives. So, thank you.